Welcome to the Nehemiah Entrepreneurship Community Podcast. I'm your host, Patrice Tsague. I'm in the Delta Club today at Orlando. And so if there's noise coming out, I am in the virtual studio though. So don't you worry. Listen, we're talking about Nehemiah Week Day 5. If you're not yet registered for Nehemiah Week, right now go to nehemiahweek.com so you can register. We have one more day. But today we're going to talk about how the international competition went. So, Debra, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Patrice. It was a great event. I hope that everyone who was there enjoyed these three amazing competitors and their business plans. They continually impress me, Patrice, and what our students and their trainers and coaches are able to produce.
Well, first, Debra, give a sense to our audience how they get here, right? How does one qualify to become for the International Business Plan Competition?
Well, all throughout the year, our trainers hold biblical entrepreneurship classes, or students that have gone through our self-paced class and they're coached by one of our coaches are working on their business idea, their business that may be already established, and going through a biblical entrepreneurship series and completing a pitch deck. And the classes or groups of students meet together and have a part of graduation is to have present their business plan. They do a 10 minutes summary presentation. And not only to the students, but to a panel of judges who reviews their business plan and asks them questions based on that. This is an opportunity for them to really launch or have their expose their business into the community. And oftentimes family and friends and communities are part of this graduation ceremony. And then somewhere around May or June of the year, the center has their competitors come together, and they choose one out of those the people who've been chosen from their class to represent their entrepreneurship, their Nehemiah entrepreneurship community. And they then have a national competition. So multiple centers, people that have taken the class, that competition, and then they go to their regional. Now, when they go to the national competition, Patrice, they get $1,000 and 1 year diamond membership. And that diamond membership is worth $1,200 so that they can have access to coaching, 30 minutes of coaching a month, access to our forums and our seminars, our books that we have in our bookstore, many other resources that they can have access to. And then from the national competition, so those in a particular region, whether it's Africa, Europe, North America, Latin America, or Asia, they hold a regional competition. And so at region, those competitors win another $1,000, and then we have a side prize of an audience choice for $500, where the audience can choose. Hopefully, they choose the same thing as the judges. We don't know. Sometimes they don't, but we try. And those who finish at regional come to the international business plan competition. And here, the competition, they have more prize money, an additional $8,000 to our winner, $3,000 to second place, and $1,000 to first place, plus $1,000 audience choice award. It's a fabulous process, Patrice.
So they would have battled through their class competition, their center competition, their country competition, their regional. So those who get here are the best of the best from that particular region.
They are the best of the best. And they've been working and honing and perfecting their plan and their presentation, working with their center directors as well as their trainers and coaches. And many times the community comes around them as well, the other students, to help them to be their very best at this competition.
I love it. I'm talking to Debra Schlaht. Debra is our Director of Training and Coaching. Debra MC today the International Business Plan Competition along with Lorna as a part of Nehemiah Week. If you've not been a part of Nehemiah Week, you completely missed it. We started on Monday with the Kingdom Business Tour and then on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday with our conference. And then we had Thursday was our investors forum. And then today was our international business plan competition. It was a free event. By the way, if you've signed up for the week, you can still get the recording for all those activities, so you wouldn't have missed it. But tomorrow we have our State of the Ministry event, where you get a chance to learn about our impact around the globe, as well as hear who will be the international business plan competition winner for 2023. So, Debra, if you want to register, by the way, go to Nehemiah Entrepreneurship, NehemiahWeek.com, NehemiahWeek.com, and you can register today for tomorrow. And by the way, Nick Vujicic is going to be with us tomorrow. He was with us on Wednesday. He'll join us tomorrow again. You don't want to miss it. It was an amazing time. I mean, Debra, wouldn't you agree about Nick's talk? I mean, was that good or was that good?
It was outstanding, Patrice. And for those who don't know, Nick was born without arms or legs, and yet he has met those challenges head on with the love of God, and showed how he can be an effective husband, father, entrepreneur, follower of Jesus. I don't know how any one of us can say we can't meet the challenges ahead of him. We didn't have those things to overcome like Nick does, but he does that, and he does it in a way with his love for God. He is an amazing man. Everyone will want to be there to hear his story.
100%. So, Debra, this year's interesting because Kenya has won 3 years in a row. And if that's the winningest country in Africa, is the winningest region back to back. Others have won 3, but not back to back. I think Ukraine has won 3. And I think has Madagascar won 3?
Madagascar did, not in consecutive years, but they had won 3. Yes.
Yeah. So really, in terms of winning 3, they're tied with both Ukraine and Madagascar. In terms of winning back to back, nobody has ever done that. So this year, if Kenya was to win, Kenya would have not only have won consecutive years, 3 to 4 years, they would have also been the winningest in history. So how much do they have a shot at this one?
Well, yes, they do. All 3 of our competitors have a shot at it, but I think that Kenya does very well. Is that when we talk about community, Patrice, that is what happens in Kenya. They come around their competitor. They're very supportive. They share their expertise and their acumen, that they have business acumen, and they help to prepare their competitor very well. And not only that, but they bring them to the competition. They're encouraging them on, and you can hear the notes in the chat, and how they are just really very supportive of everyone who goes through their programs. They are a great community,
and that makes a difference. So the public choice is a public event because you guys announced it today.
We did, right? The Audience Choice Award. Yes.
Audience Choice Award. So who won the Audience Choice?
Well, Claudia from Kenya won it today.
Oh, wow. So far. And they've won the Audience Choice 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, this is the 4th year. So they won the Audience Choice. So they stand a chance.
Obviously,
the other choice is very biased because it's people from your own tribe that are voting for you mostly, right? I mean, there are some who are independent, but it's very partisan.
Right. Well, it's an example. It's an example of coming and supporting, right?
That's right.
They took time out of their schedule to make sure that they were there. We had great support. We had a number of people from Bulgaria today that were supporting in the chat box. Nadia, and of course North America had a great number of people that were there as well. So it was a good competition.
So we'll see what happened tomorrow. So you've done this for close to 10 years now.
Oh,
what did you 13 years?
I think this is my 13th competition.
Wow. So how was this one? Well, first let's talk about, before we get to that and then we wrap up, let's talk about competitors. So tell us about let's start with Kenya. What was their business?
So Claudia has a school for boys, a boarding school for boys. And she's really intent on raising up young men that know who they are in Christ and who they are in their family to be leaders and to have, a really good leadership model that they can follow. And she, sometimes the questions come up is, well, what happened to the girls? But her following, her calling, which I really appreciate this about her. She doesn't get swayed by that question. I've heard it brought up several times. But what she has said, I'm called to help young boys to learn what it means to grow up to be good men. And I want to be a part of that. I want to help them to get there. And so she's very true to her calling and very determined to do what the Lord has purposed her to do.
Awesome. So maybe that's it. I want to ask you, what do you think her greatest strength is? And think about it for every one of them. What do you think her greatest strength is coming to this competition?
Well, I think that she's been in business since I think she said 2006 with her school. So she's very firm in what her calling is to do and what she wants to achieve. She has a clear vision. And not only that, Patrice, but she knows what she wants to do next step. So she knows, she's got her ideas around succession and exit and what that exit will look like. So this is a woman who has a vision for her business and the true purpose of it.
Wow. And by the way, I've been to her school, an amazing school. You would think you are in a school in America, one of the best schools in the nation. She's got it so well. Now, then let's now go to Bulgaria. So Bulgaria, who was she and what was her business?
Her name is Nadia Koleva. She is a young entrepreneur. She's in her discovery startup stage. And, Patrice, Bulgaria has been on the forefront on Eastern Europe with refugees coming from Ukraine, some of their political issues that they've dealt with, economic issues, a very hard hit country. And yet we still have our leaders there, Armand and Petya Lane, who have a school, continue to offer biblical entrepreneurship. Students are still learning and being a part of that curriculum. And Nadia has an idea to build a sweet shop. She wants it to be a family community center at some point. She wants to grow it to there. So it's coffee and sweet. She has the cutest little pink truck that will be stationed in strategic locations where people can come up, like a food cart or food truck kind of thing, where they can come up and order their food. And then what she wants to do is to promote reading and literacy. So she's going to have books that are available for people to pick up and read and just take with them, return, kind of a lending library kind of situation. And so she has some big plans, a big vision for creating this family center where people can come, eventually a freestanding building, come and be able to meet together and have a place to do business, have fun, enjoy some food, some good food. I'm ready
What
for
do you think?
foods.
Yes, I can imagine. What do you think her strength is coming to competition?
I think that she's a younger woman, and I think that she has a lot of confidence about where she's going. And I think I think that'll help her to continue to pursue her dream and be able to move ahead. I also know that she also has good community support from those around her, Armand and Petya, the other students. So she has another person. She couldn't have gotten this far without having a vision and a calling, and she's pursuing and following after that.
I love it. So you have Claudia, who came in at profitability probably, or at least a start. I mean, profitability from what you're saying, and then she's evolved now, where she's one of the People's Choice of the Day. She's a school, and then you have Claudia, who's Discovery and startup, and then so she's about to launch. And then the last one is the U.S. Tell us who it was and what their business.
That's Jacob and Tiffany Quinones. Their business is called Kingdom Cleaning. I know I'm not going to say it right. Kingdom Cleaning. And these are students from your center, Patrice. So they're
That's
at
right.
the Northwest Center. And they have a cleaning company. What a dynamic couple they are. This is a couples in business, husband and wife. They've been in business for about a year and a half, and they're located in South Florida. And they're thinking already, they're profitable after the first year. They are going to expand from residential into commercial, and how they can add additional jobs and create opportunities for other people in their community. And they have been just very faithful in following the biblical entrepreneurship guidelines, the delivery, our plan process, and how they built their business as well. And if you ask me their strength, I think that, again, they're together. They are husband and wife, dual, understand, supportive of one another. They see a vision, a future for their family, for themselves and family. They want to serve the community, and very clear. You might see a theme. They're very clear about their purpose and what God's asked them to do and how they're going to execute it going forward.
Wow. So the question is, who will win this competition? And I am familiar with them because they came through the Northwest Center, as you said. They were actually, I coached them when they first came in. And of course, Wendy is their coach now, has done a great job with them. Who will win tomorrow? Will it be the Kenyan winner, the school, and retain the championship in Kenya? Will it be Bulgaria, the coffee shop and study or library for Europe, or will it be the cleaning company in the US for North America? Who will win tomorrow? Well, you need to come tomorrow. Go to nehemiahweek.com, go register, and you can join us tomorrow to not only hear Nick speak, but also hear who will be our 2023 international winner. Debra, my last question for you, or one before last. So, what was different with this year's competition versus the ones in the past? Any difference?
Patrice, it would probably get me choked up. I think that I'm always moved by the dedication and commitment that our entrepreneurs have to their business. And I don't think there's, the entrepreneurs are entrepreneurs, and they have a dream that they're pursuing, that they want to do in excellence. They want to serve God. They want to be faithful to what they've been called to do. I think that our trainers and coaches are invested into their success and how they can be helpful to them, and it's just exciting to see. I think that overall, I see an improvement in our plans from year to year. Right, we're getting better at the planning, at what we're presenting. And certainly technology helps us with that. They're much more sophisticated in their presentations and their videos and so forth. But it is just really the heart. And I don't think that has changed from what I've seen over all these years.
I love it. So as we wrap up here, this week, call to the marketplace. What was your favorite moment during the week?
I don't know if I can have a favorite, but I will say, the devotionals always move me, and I'm just so appreciative from everyone who contributed. But I think that the message that Pastor Moore said, he told us that God chose me. God chose me. And then Pastor Noella said, it's a personal calling. No matter what we do, that's what it comes down to. What have I been called to? and it's personal for me. I don't share it with anybody else. No one else is expected to do it. How do I finish being that call? Our other leaders that talked about many aspects of business and inspiration were really great, and I always draw something from those. Um, but I am always drawn to our devotionals. They are very strong. So it's been a great week, and I'm looking forward to hearing tomorrow our wrap up. And I don't think I even know all the accomplishments that we've done this year at Nehemiah.
Wow. Well, Debra, thank you so much. Don't leave yet. But before we leave, don't you leave your guys as well. Debra's going to give you one word of advice before she does, though. Listen, if you enjoyed this podcast, I want you to share it. Yeah, share it. Share it with your friends, share it with your family. You know somebody who is in business, want to do it biblically, or who is a Christian and does it biblically. Share this so they can learn how they too can be a part of this competition, right? By going through biblical entrepreneurship and being coached to the program, whether it's in the US or anywhere in the world, because we have online classes and we also have physical center in different places. So share it, all right? Push it out. Friends share with friends that which there has helped them. All right. Share with others and let us know how you enjoy the podcast and send us feedback and so that we might know how we can better serve you or if we are serving you well. So go to our website and go to NehemiahEntrepreneurshipCommunity.com, Nehemiah eCommunity, sorry, NehemiahECommunity.com, NehemiahECommunity.com. There you can learn about our training program, biblical entrepreneurship, serve with love, identity and destiny, passive income, all of it, our coaching program, whether it's group coaching, one-on-one coaching, or any other types of customized coaching, right? We can come alongside you, provide you with training, coaching, and a community access to capital as well, where you can meet, connect with other Kingdom Impact investors, and all that in the context of community. So go right now and check us out, be a part, join, and become a member so that we might collaborate together. But more important than that, come to Nehemiah Week tomorrow. Okay? If you don't, if it doesn't meet your expectation, I will give you money back. Come tomorrow because guess what? It's free. All right. If you buy the week, you will get all the recordings and no cost to you. Debra, there are people watching and listening, and they heard you talk about these three entrepreneurs, and one in Europe, one in Africa, one in Asia, one in the North America, and they're saying, "Wow, I'm not sure if in this environment I would have the courage, right, to pursue something that bold and so forth." And so they minimize themselves and optimizing their concerns and issues. What advice would you give an entrepreneur who's watching and listening right now and say, hey, here's one advice to give you to accelerate your call to the marketplace, overcome doubts and fear that you have in carrying your call to the marketplace?
Well, we have so many curriculum that can help you with that. But here's what I would say is that invest in yourself, become a part of the e-community, the Nehemiah e-community around other entrepreneurs, and then take the next step, and that is enroll in a class. Invest in developing yourself, developing your business. Yes, it is a cost, but it is an investment into what you want to build. If you want to be a biblically based, a faith-based business, this is a curriculum that you need to have. So join us with Identity and Destiny, or maybe it is something but a jar of oil, or Serve with Love, and learn what it means. Get a coach. Have someone who comes alongside of you that can help you to grow your business. The Nehemiah Entrepreneurship Community can help you and help your business to grow so that you can have an impact in your community, for your family, and for your country. It isn't about the competition. It's about how you're serving God and building a kingdom business in the marketplace for his glory.
Wow, that's good advice. That good advice. Take the next step. Well, again, if you want to join us tomorrow at the Impact event, go to NehemiahWeek.com, and sign as a free event. You'll get a chance to experience Nick Vujicic. Nick is a businessman evangelist, no arm, no leg, but has overcome all great odds to become all that God has called him to become. You will be inspired. You will be challenged. You'll be equipped. I guarantee you. Come tomorrow, and then you'll learn who our 2023 winner is. With that, let me pray for you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord enable you to steward those things that are under your care, and to steward them in such a way that one day you might be able to hear those wonderful words, well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful for a few things. Guess what? He now makes you rule over much. God bless you. Debra, thank you so much.
Thank you, Patrice.